Hi, I'm Roman. Let's meet Gabi.
Hi, I'm Gabi.
I'm a big fan of Spira Mirabilis miniatures, and then I thought, well, what if I asked my painting friends to paint them with me?
So to get the army actually painted from your friends, with your friends.
Exactly. I think it's a really nice idea to have an army of 66 figures or 67 figures, where each of them is painted by a different person.
Are you feeling comfortable?
All good.
Okay.
All good.
This is good. Hey everyone, today I have Gabi with me. Gabi is a miniature paintress from. Okay, who are you? How did you get into the hobby, and where are you from?
I'm Gabi. I'm now in Germany. I've been living in Switzerland before. I'm a hobby painter for about 2-3 years now. Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Spira figures, as you can imagine from the topic.
The topic, yes.
Yeah, but that's me.
Okay, one question: how did you get into the hobby?
Oh,
Like, tell us a little bit about you.
about myself. So my nephew, when he got a little baby girl, he had promised his wife to cut down on the hobby hours, but he wanted his figures still to be painted, and he said, "Auntie Gabi, you can paint, right? So don't you want to paint the figures for me?"
Have you before that heard about miniature painting or figures or anything?
Not much, no.
Okay.
No. In the margins, I've seen that it existed, 3D printing and fantasy stuff, but Warhammer, for example, is totally, I didn't know that was a thing. So yeah, but I come from traditional painting, so I know I've been doing drawing, illustrations, paintings. I've been teaching a little bit in art, so I'm in the arts and crafting space for a very, very long time.
Okay.
And this is arts. This is crafty.
Yeah.
So I've started to paint the little, I think it was Nemesis game, board game. And I never stopped since.
Nice.
So I have now gone up to a little bit bigger figures because I have bad eyesight. So I hardly paint any small figures anymore. But
I know it too. But really, Eric Swinson told me about everybody's cheating. Everybody's using these magnifying glasses. And I told myself I will use them when I'm aged and old. But then I saw Eric using them and he's completely cheating. I'm using them now too. And it's just like...
Yeah, it's annoying.
My second youth of miniature painting is ahead of me.
Yeah, I admit I like bigger figures too.
Yeah. Same here.
It's not only eyesight.
I know what you mean. It's just like you can play more with color, and it's also good to hear that you are not scared of color at all. Just you were already in artsy stuff, so in art, active in art. So we will soon speak about this, and we are both like looking at it all the time because it's so cool. We will quickly talk very soon talk about it. But I still have some more introductional questions for Gabi, which is actually what is best for you in the hobby of miniature painting?
I think endless possibilities, probably, because I'm a little bit of a hobby butterfly. So I get bored quickly, and I'm good when I don't have to do repetitive things for too long. That's kind of, and I think you can stay in the hobby for a very long time and do very, very different things. So you can paint, you can craft, you can hone a technique, you can try out new colors. You can have scenes, figures. So I think there's dioramas. You can go into epoxy. It's really, I think, if you like crafting and not only painting, there's just like an endless pool of ideas that I have an idea backlog for the next 20 years, I think. And that's kind of the nice thing without it getting repetitive. So I'm not a technician. I'm not I'm more a crafter. I feel myself more as a crafter than as a technician painter.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is good. Let us speak about the project that is ahead of you and that we kind of tackled in the last 2 days a little bit. Would you like to give a quick introduction on the main idea and what you are going to do with all of that?
Sure thing. So I'm a big fan of Spira Mirabilis miniatures, kind of the style of the handcrafted. I think it has really a lot of soul. And I have started to buy figures kind of more or less regularly. And when the army was announced, there was no question that I would kind of buy it. However, I'm not an army painter. So I had now this beautiful army, or I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the army, and I was on a painting Discord call with friends, and I said, oh, it's such a shame that there's so many, because I know that I will paint a couple and then I won't be able to paint them all. It's just not, I just don't have it in me to paint 66 figures. And then a friend was kind of complaining. He said, well, you're lucky, you have it. I didn't get the chance to buy them.
Because they're strictly limited to a number of 150 army sets.
And they're not cheap, so it's kind of also quite an investment to
I think they were like 480 euros or something.
Yeah, and plus tax and shipping, so it's like it's over 500 euro the whole lot. So it was a kind of a kind of an investment.
Completely justified. It's very important.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful, but not everybody could actually do it, and not everybody wanted to do it to have 66 figures. I think many people have told me, oh, if I could just have the heroes or something. And when the friend said kind of, oh yeah, I would have loved to paint it, I said, well, there is something in here. I have them. You want to paint it, so there must be a win-win-win situation in the whole thing. So I actually, and we have on our Discord server, we also have other people who have done that before, that they have sent other figures in exchange. And then I thought, well, what if I asked my painting friends to paint them with me?
So to get the army actually painted from your friends, with your friends.
Exactly. So I'm quite lucky that I have been in the display events quite a bit. So I know people from all over the world,
and
literally.
People also know Gabi, because she's very creative and has great ideas.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. And I thought, well, if the shipping comes before Monte, I will be able to bring them to friends to Monte San Savino show, and the others I can then ship them. And Lucas kindly enough prioritized the shipping, that it was 3 days before Monte I got the army, and then
in these 3 days, I mean, I saw you running around in Monte San Savino with all these little boxes and giving these to other people. So 3 days before Monte, going there, you kind of wrapped them all up in boxes, numbered them, and
I mean, I want this to work, right? So I think it's a really nice idea to have an army of 66 figures or 67 figures, where each of them is painted by a different person. But I want this to work. So I want to know who I've given them to, and I want to be able to remind people if I haven't sent them back to me. So I hope that
sent them back in time, important.
I hope that by March people will have had the time to paint them and send them back to me. And the point was then that I would build a diorama. And like I said, I'm in the hobby for 2 years now and I've not built many dioramas. So that's when I contacted you. And I thought, help. Would you mind helping me out with actually building the setting and the scene? So the size of it was kind of fixed, because since it needs to travel, it needs to travel to different locations for different shows. I want to bring it to different shows over the next 2 years. So I built the box where it travels in, and that kind of defined the format. So I think that was kind of a no-brainer for us. And then
so this is actually, this can be built inside. The box will be closed, and then it's like like you said, it's hand luggage size.
Exactly.
For a flight.
It's just a box. There
Yeah.
will be kind of it will be closed, and there's a handle on it, and then maybe some wheels under it, and you can travel hand luggage. And that's kind of, if I won't go to the shows, I will give it to people, to friends who can then travel with it to the shows. That's
nice.
the point, that this is kind of a diorama that should then travel the world
So
for a
many
little
people
while.
can see it and everything.
Exactly.
That's nice.
That people who participated also can see it in person.
That's pretty
And that's kind of the plan. And now here we are.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Thank you for the insights and these thoughts behind that. I will kind of underline all what you said with pictures and everything that, to make.
I can also give you the list of people who will join.
Yeah, and then. All right. Another question is like, we're now sitting in front of this large box that the diorama is built in. So, and I can frankly say I supported Gabi in some steps, but she built most of that on her own. Hey, I hope you enjoy my videos. Thank you very much for your support in watching, pressing thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. With your support, I'm able to continue what I do. If you enjoy my videos, feel invited to support me via my Patreon, where you can find additional tutorials, workflow, creative challenges, my artist diary, and tons of inspiration. Feel invited to support me as a channel member here on YouTube for €1.99 per month, or go full in and check back with my Patreon. All links below. Thank you very much for your support. So that was really beautiful to see. We had a call up front where we kind of discussed things and planned a little bit and just exchanged brainstorms, you can say. And what was the best thing kind of that you felt developed in the last 2 days when you were sitting here and we're just doing this? What was the best moments for you?
So I think for me it was kind of nice to see that we had from the very beginning our thoughts were going in this similar directions. I think we're starting maybe somewhere a little bit different places because you come from, epic framed mass scenes, and I was kind of thinking more, I don't know, National Geographic photos of tribes somewhere, guerrilla wars or whatever, But I think once we aligned on the format, this vertical kind of line, we were always kind of, that's it. I think the composition came kind of by itself. And what I really appreciate is that I've learned a lot about materials. So without you actually helping me structure the first blocks of the materials, I think the composition, if I had to do it on my own, would have been a more laborious process. I think when we did it together with the materials and those blocks that you have kind of here in the studio, it came really easily. It was never, what next? It was always, so that was really cool. And then, for me also how to now make it come together. That's also, you have done a lot with bringing together the details and then the color variations, that kind of stuff. So
I can say that you always, when I was watching you, like I said, you kind of built this on your own and just supported you. And I always felt that you were always in the flow. You were never like having the feeling like, I'm not knowing where to go. So you always had a good flow in that, and it really feels like it feels really natural that it grew by itself. You can say that.
I think the one thing that is really surprising is that when you don't have those little figures in it, you don't realize the scale.
Correct.
It's just not. It could look like a zoom in, or it could look like a zoom out.
Correct. Yeah.
The structures, they look very natural, and it's the scale only comes when you set in the first figure. So that's really, really interesting for diorama building. In the beginning, I thought, how should we fill this up? And in the end, this is a packed diorama,
It is.
So it's really interesting how scale evolves in a work in progress.
I just sent it to a friend who was last week, Kyle. He was like, "Hey Roman, I hope the basing 2 days went well." And I sent him this, and he was just like, "Oh, that's something I didn't expect. Wow, that's epic." Sorry. Damn it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Could you do me one favor? Could you just switch off? There's a button on the plug over there to switch off the airbrush compressor. There should be like just on the white plugs, there's a red light. Just switch this off because it's just like, I don't know why I'm so professional all the time. In every interview I do, you hear these airbrush compressors and they're annoying me while editing. Thank you very much. That's something for the outtakes. Yeah. No, it's really something beautiful. So let us know for the next process. We're sitting together for some hours, and then we'll kind of continue working on one part to just push this as far as we can to see different materials. So, and we will meet again at the end of April to kind of finalize things together. So what are your plans from now to April?
So I think from now to April, it's a little bit of, well, not a little bit, the legwork, right? Yeah. So the big, just kind of Sisyphus getting through, cleaning things up, also experimenting a little bit. We have a little bit grove on the bottom that we need to fill up with water to how to make this look good. And then I've never done flocking, so that will be an interesting experience. The thing I think that is important that when we decided on this layout, we have decided for this atmosphere because of the atmosphere that Lucas Pina has given us, right? So he has said wood dwarfs have leaves around their neck, they have critters. Yeah. So it should be leaves, critters, a really woody atmosphere, and that is kind of the lead that we're following with this, right? So I didn't want to reinvent the wheel by building a village or,
putting wood
warfield or whatever.
Putting wood dwarfs into a desert base.
Yes, right? Or even rocks, right? I mean, there are rocks, but it will be very woody rocks, right? So I think that's really the point. So to make the forest come to life and to do the groundwork. And then I hope that by March, I will get the figures back. There have already been some postal disasters of figures not reaching people. So I really keep fingers crossed that we get the painted figures back all right. And then, and then by end of April, that it will be in shape to finalize. The final date, the first show where it can go to will be Contrast in Poland. That's the first show, and that's end of May, right? So that gives us 4 months to go to finalize. And I'm not a person who can do one thing exclusively, so we'll see. I may need some support on critters. So if we fill this up with critters, So that.
So if you want to help Gabi in painting some animals additional to this army, because it's a wood dwarf army, they have a lot of animal friends from the forest. Contact Gabi. Her link on Instagram is linked up below. You can just contact her and she will get back to you. So
I will be having a mountain of critters.
Maybe we will find out. So, what was the worst thing that happened to you while building this?
Hot glue burns.
Same here.
So this material has really been an absolute miracle material. So this is not the regular styro thingy. No. It is actually compacted styrofoam from an abandoned building, and it's really absolutely great looking. The problem is that it doesn't take well to any form of glue except hot glue. And we're not very versed in it, and there are a lot of burnt fingers.
Yeah. Mine, for example. Mine is horrible burnt. Yeah.
So it was a painful thing. But other than that, it was really fun. I built a box, kind of a little bit of woodworking with the box and everything. So that was nice. That was cool.
It's very cool. Yeah. Yeah, and I think somehow, is there anything you want to add? Because I have the feeling we slowly should also continue painting a little bit more.
For me, the big thing that I still can't fathom is with the enthusiasm that people have responded to the painting participation. Yeah. Honestly, the response to that, I have started with a list of friends that I know personally, so I have not given this to any people that I don't know, right? So this is basically really a community project that starts from people that I know personally, and I have asked people, some of them are really pro painters. There are a handful of the best painters in the world right now who actually join. And really big names, and most of them, I think I have only 2 people who have said, "Oh, I don't have the time," or "It's not my thing," or whatever. But really, the majority of people responded so well. And after that, I had so many people who have asked me, and I should have needed the triple of the 3 armies to actually have everybody participated who wanted to. So that response was really great. So as a community project, I'm really flabbergasted by the response. And now that I see the creations coming in, this will be awesome. So there is no given theme or style. People know that it will happen in the forest. But other than that, they're going freestyle, and there will be some
their own ideas.
They're going. The mandate was have fun with it and enjoy the painting, and it will be a very eclectic mix of. But that's how it is. People are eclectic. If you have 60 people, they're all very different, right? So that is really the most impressive thing about this project, is really the response from people. How people really love joining.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's really funny. The different angles you can have when you look at this for 2 days, and different angles now. From over here, Gabi, you have to look come over here.
I have been sitting on your side the whole day, so I know how it looks from over there. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just the big boss on the goat.
The goat.
And the goat. I think if he even gets a little stone, even a little bit higher, then it's perfect. And of course, the dwarf on the higher stone there with the spear is amazing. That's Roman.
I don't know whose that is. So on the king here, Marco, no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. But I think as soon as this guy gets really, I think we add a little stone to him too, additionally.
Same for this one.
Amazing angles. It's really beautiful to see. And there will be some Easter eggs that you only can find in real.
Yeah, the Easter eggs.
You can only find them in real. We don't show them in this video or in the additional video. And I'm pretty sure in end of April we are doing another video and bringing you up to date on how far the project went, how many miniatures are back. There will be a big reminder of anyone who's missing with figures. They have to send them.
Whips will be cracked.
Where's a whip, there's a will. And we will keep you posted. And thank you very much, Gabi, for introducing the viewers on my YouTube channel to your wonderful project. And it was a privilege to help you with that.
Well, I think you're very humble and very kind. Thank you very much for your generosity. I appreciate it.
Yes. Yeah, and we continue painting now.
Hey.
Yeah. Thank you for enjoying the video. If you want to support this channel, you can press a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Super, oder?
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up!